Hello and welcome to a brand new series on my channel, Ones to Watch. In this series I'll be covering all the Ones to Watch players on FIFA 19. I'll be looking into their FIFA 19 stats, their real life stats, upcoming fixtures where they might do well and get in the team of the week or any other upgraded card to upgrade the Ones to Watch card, as well as looking at their graphs for prices. Starting off with Gelson Martins. Gelson Martins isn't in the actual full listings of the Ones to Watch team. Is actually out on an SBC at the moment. At the time of recording, this SBC is about to end in about a day's time. So if you have already got him, you might want to see how his stats stack up. But if you haven't got him, you can see if he's worth getting or whether you might as well just leave it for this time and see if he comes back out or another SBC in the future, depending on how he's playing in real life. So starting off with his base card at the moment, because he's not had an upgrade as of yet. His default position is currently right mid. He is 82 overall with 94 pace, 69 shooting, 75 passing, 86 dribbling, 47 defending, and 61 physical. Looking at his La Liga stats for this season, he has only started 3 games as a substitute, playing only 57 minutes. He's had no goals, no assists, and no cards. He's only got a shots per game of 0.3, and his average match rating in La Liga, according to WhoScored.com, is 6.36 out of 10. Then for some more attacking stats, in the La Liga, he has only got 1.3 dribbles per game with a 0.7 bad control per game. As you can see from his most recent matches, he's not played 90 minutes since the 20th of May 2018, back when he was playing for Sporting. In the La Liga, he only played 18 minutes against Valencia away from home, played 14 minutes at home to Rayo Vallecano. On international duty, he played 44 minutes against Croatia for Portugal and 13 minutes at home against Italy. And then after the international break, he had then played 25 minutes in an Atletico 3-0 win over ST Huska. I'm not sure how you pronounce their name properly. So after looking at his stats so far, I wouldn't really see him as a valuable investment to do the SBC. I'm not too sure how expensive it actually is to complete because I haven't done it myself, but with his current playing time at the moment, it's not really worth getting. You could be putting your coins elsewhere, which would be much more valuable. You could be trading or investing into like the Player of the Month SBCs and things like that, and the other SBCs that are about to come out. But his current stats aren't good enough for me, and I think he should be playing a lot better or getting a lot more playing time, because it might not necessarily be his fault. It could be coming on as a sub towards the end of the game when they might just be trying to defend or whatever, and not really attacking, which means he's not going to get on ball as often and not have as many chances to score. So we can't really judge him just yet, but if he doesn't start picking up more game time, he's not going to be of any value whatsoever. Looking at Atletico Madrid's next few games, they have Villarreal away, Dortmund in the Champions League away, Real Sociedad at home, Leganes at home. Then they play Dortmund again in the Champions League, but it's the reverse fixture, so Atletico are at home. Then they have Athletic Bilbao at home. Then they also have Barcelona at home the following week after that. Then they've got another Champions League game against Monaco at home. Then they've got Girona away and Alaves at home. The next player we're going to look at is Quincy Promes of Sevilla in the Netherlands. Promes is actually available on the market as he was part of the Ones to Watch squad. This means you can buy him with coins on the market at any time. His default card is an 83 rated left mid card with 90 pace, 83 shooting, 78 passing, 83 dribbling, 32 defending and 67 physical. Looking at his current price graph, you can see that he's settled at around 120 to 110k roughly. So if you do manage to pick him up for that price, he's got quite a good card because his stats are already quite usable. A lot of people have the normal original gold card in their teams. So if you do manage to pick this up for around 100k and he does actually play well in real life and gets in the team of the week to get an upgrade, you could have a really good card on your hands. He'd probably go up to about 85 rated. As you can see so far, he's not started in La Liga, but he has actually made 6 substitute appearances, which is 3 more than Gelson Martins has. Although he does have a similar shots per game to Gelson Martins of 0.3, he has actually played slightly worse during his 6 games, getting a 6.11 rating, and he is yet to score in the La Liga, with no assists. Looking at his latest matches, you can see that he's not actually played many minutes at all. Although he has actually played 90 minutes in one of the games, which was a Europa League game against Standard Liège, that they ended up winning 5-1. But for the rest of the games, he has only played less than 30 minutes for his club, where he has scored some considerably poor ratings, apart from in the win over Standard Liège, where he got 7.27. If he gets up to that standard most weeks in most games in the La Liga, you can see him to start to do well and try and get a first team place cemented, where he actually plays every week for most of the games, for most of the minutes, which is what he needs really in order to try and get into the team of the week. Because with that many minutes that he's playing at the moment, it is unlikely, unless he comes off the bench and gets an hat-trick, which is quite unlikely, to say that he's got 0.3 shots on average per game, which means that like most games he's not even had a shot. Sevilla's upcoming fixtures are quite tough, with their next game being against Barcelona just after the international break, and they're away from home. Although Barcelona seems to be out of form at the moment, in quite an important game it'd be good if he could try and play in it, just to get a bit of confidence if he does play well against an out of form Barcelona side. Following on from that, there's Sevilla versus Akhisar from Turkey. This might be a chance for him to play, especially if he's not getting into the first team, as they might rest some players from the Barcelona game, or if the players that play in the Barcelona game play in the Europa League match that they have midweek, he could then start at the following weekend, which would be against Huesca. This would be a good chance for him to play, as it's a lesser team, so it'll give him more opportunities to try and play well. So he could boost that shot per game average up and try and get more shots away at goal to eventually score. Then after that, they've got Real Sociedad away. Then they've got the Europa League game, but the reverse fixture, so they're away from home. Then they've got Espanyol at home. Then Valladolid at home. Then they've got Standard Liège again, but that is away this time. It was at home when they beat them 5-1. Then they've got Alaves away and Valencia away. Then they've got FC Krasnodar in their final Europa League game. So looking at these fixtures, there is a decent chance that he could start in maybe one or two of the games, which might kickstart his Sevilla career and make him a much better player for the rest of the season. If you did enjoy this video, please let me know down in the comments below which players you'd like me to do next for the next episode.